is Eddie McKenzie. This movie, how did you survive?
Well. There's a lot of spooky horror movie magic and jiggery pokery going on. But basically, it's just the way that all great horror movie villains come back. He just survived. He just came back. You can't keep a good pig down.
If you didn't see a
Unless
body, he's not gone.
that is it.
That's
Unless
it.
you see them dead in the ground. And even then, Jason kept coming back.
That's true.
You
That's
can't, you
true.
can't. There's all this stuff with, they've got the mad honey that heals them and stuff.
Oh,
There's
okay.
all sorts of, classic horror movie type nonsense going on.
Oh, now
So
you
so there you
got
go.
a secret serum we didn't know about.
There's a little sneaky sneak.
Uh, so obviously he's got a new look this movie, right? So we got
Oh yeah.
away from the tusks. I don't know if that's something that I can't talk about just yet, but that little sneak peek photo kind of gave us a whole new look.
Well, I think the prosthetics in this new film
Mhm.
are just night and day. The first one, I believe it was just they were just masks, so they
Mhm.
were like one piece masks, rubber costume masks. Whereas in this film,
Mm.
everybody has got proper facially sculpted prosthetics.
Mhm.
So we've got several pieces going on, which allows for much more articulation and making all the groovy grimaces and big snarly faces and stuff like that. So I think it's allowed Pooh and every character a bit more creativity. We can express ourselves better. It felt more real, most of all, I think,
Mhm.
because you kind of forget that they're not, you know, the prosthetics are so good that it is the person's face
Right.
and you're just seeing it there and it really just sucks you into it all. Yeah, hopefully it's scarier, more intense, more realistic, the main thing I liked is that you can really see people's eyes.
Mm.
You've got the whites of the eyes
Yes.
through
Yes.
through all the prosthetics going on and all
Mhm.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully it comes across on screen, but in person it was terrifying.
So, what did you do to prepare for Piglet? Did you go off of anything that was done in the first film, or did you revert back to the books, or did you just decide I'm going to make this character my own and just wing it?
Mm. Well, I've seen the first one,
Hmm.
obviously, and when we were talking about the role, they they didn't want me to lean too much into the performance in the first one. I think they kind of gave me more opportunity to make it myself. The piglet in this film is maybe um, a little more nervous, so maybe a little bit more like the OG Piglet,
Okay.
the Piglet of the stories. There's that level of there's kind of a bit nervous squealing.
He's a
There's kind
little
of a bit
timid.
more, yeah, like the first film, both Pooh and Piglet were just stoic, badass, stalking slasher kind of
Hmm.
guys.
Hmm.
Whereas I think everybody's got a little bit more personality in this one.
Okay.
So yeah, I was aware of bringing in a little bit of the kind of nervous energy with Piglet. He was kind of a little bit more shaky. Obviously, after the first one, he's had a bloody hammer to the
Yeah.
head, so he's kind of like, oh,
Stay
his
away from the
confidence has been
humans.
shot. Yeah. So it kind of he's a bit more feral, a bit more kind of nervous and. Yeah, it was cool. They really sort of, and we worked on the voice together and
Mhm.
all sorts of things. And I think it was a great experience coming to the realization of who my piglet was going to be. A lot of fun.
Well, what is motivating your Piglet in this movie?
Well, I mean, almost entirely revenge.
Okay.
So like in the first one, obviously they were just sort of existing out in Hundred Acre Woods, and then the characters obviously come out into the forest and they interact with them, and all the death and destruction
Mhm.
goes down. So this time they say, well. you know, they've come hunting for us and they won't leave us alone, so we've got to get them. And there's, a lot of the intention is revenge, and they think, well, that says it all. That's Christopher Robin. He's betrayed us. We're going to get our own back. They're never going to give us peace. So yeah, it's very much a kind of revenge story, I would say.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, what if anything, did you do with the character that might shock and awe the audience? What are they going to see that's going to be like, wow, I didn't see that coming from Piglet?
Ooh, I don't know what would be. As I say, it's definitely more visually grubby. He is a filthy pig. I tell you, the wonderful makeup team kept putting more and more gunk and like snot and gross. Just it's gross. I would say it's proper like 80s